Be honest with me. Have you ever been in a situation where you gave someone all your attention, listened patiently, cared deeply, yet in the end, they were drawn to someone who seemed to have done almost nothing? It feels like playing by the rules, but still losing the game. Like doing everything you were supposed to do, yet all you get in return is silence. It hurts, doesn't it? Not just because of rejection, but because of the emotional injustice. You thought that giving more would mean receiving more, but reality proved otherwise. And I want you to know this. It's not because you're not good enough. It's not because you're missing something essential. It's because you're missing a piece no one has ever shown you. A psychological principle deeper than any surface-level tip. Since childhood, we've been taught that to be liked, we must be well-behaved, pleasant, and avoid causing trouble. We grew up believing that if we never upset anyone and always pleased others, love and recognition would naturally follow. But this is the very mistake that has made many people, maybe even you, become invisible in the eyes of others. True attraction doesn't come from always being reasonable, agreeable, or available. It doesn't follow logic. It operates on a deeper mechanism within human nature. Something Carl Jung pointed out nearly a century ago. The subconscious is what truly drives our desires and choices. He once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life, and you will call it fate." In relationships, this means if you don't know how to influence someone's emotions and subconscious, you will forever be pulled into a script you didn't write. And today, I'm going to show you a truth that if you apply it, will completely change the way people perceive and respond to you. This isn't manipulation. This isn't pretending to be someone you're not. This is about showing up fully, being yourself, yet naturally magnetic. Here's something most people don't realize. Comfort does not always equal attraction. When you constantly make others feel safe, comfortable, and able to predict your every reaction, you unintentionally erase the very thing that sparks desire, emotional tension. I know this sounds counterintuitive. We grew up believing that to be liked, we must make others feel as comfortable as possible. But the truth is, what makes someone feel comfortable will keep them around. As a friend, what makes someone feel unforgettable, however, often comes from a different kind of energy. The energy of curiosity, challenge, and surprise. Think about the last time you felt deeply drawn to someone. Wasn't part of the attraction rooted in the fact that you couldn't fully predict what they'd say or do next? That ambiguity pulled you in, made you want to get closer, to find out more. Carl Jung called it the power of light and shadow within a person. We re-attracted to those who dawn. Reveal their entire emotional map right away. When you only show your pleasant side and hide your desires, impulses, or sharper edges, you strip away half of your natural magnetism. The problem is, we fear being judged if we reveal what we truly want. We worry that saying "I want" will make us seem selfish. We confuse being challenging with being unpleasant. The result? You become predictable, and anything predictable will eventually be forgettable. The good news is, you can reverse this quickly, simply by changing the way you show up and communicate your desires. You don't have to become someone else. You don't have to fake being cold or distant. You just have to create enough space for others to lean toward you, instead of you always leaning toward them. I want you to recall a moment when someone said something short, certain, and powerful, and it instantly made you stop and pay attention. It wasn't because they spoke louder. It wasn't because they looked more impressive. It was because their words carried an unapologetic energy. The energy of someone who knows exactly what they want. And this is the missing piece you've overlooked. The presence of desire. Most of us soften or dilute our words when expressing what we want. If you're free then, I guess it's okay if. I'm not sure. It's up to you. These phrases sound harmless, but they send a subtle message. What I want is less important than what you want. Once someone senses that, attraction drops. Carl Jung emphasized that people are drawn not only to personality, but to the intensity of the emotional energy they feel from someone. When you're clear about your desires and unafraid to express them, you send a signal of self-possession, and self-possession is always more attractive than submission. So, what's the principle I want to give you today? It can be summed up in 2 words. I choose. Unlike I want, which only shows desire, I choose adds a layer of power. It declares that you hold the decision-making authority. I choose to eat at this restaurant tonight. I choose to spend my weekends with people who inspire me. I choose not to continue a conversation that doesn't bring good energy. When you say I choose with calm clarity, you're not just stating your preference, you're shifting how people see you. You move from being the one who follows to the one who sets the pace. And in that very moment, you step into the kind of energy that makes it hard for others to look away. Imagine two identical situations. Scenario 1. Lan and Min are deciding where to go tonight. Min asks, "What do you want to eat?" Lan replies, "Anything's fine, whatever you like, I'll eat that." It sounds agreeable, but in Min's mind, the conversation ends right there. No spark, no lead, just a quiet drift along. Scenario 2. Same Lan and Min. Min asks, "What do you want to eat?" Lan looks at Min and says, "Tonight I choose the Italian place on Tran Hung Dao Street. They have that pasta you like, and I want to try their new dessert." This isn't pushy, but it creates a sense of direction. It signals that Lan knows what she wants, while still leaving space for Min to feel considered. Do you see the difference? In the first scenario, Lan becomes a mirror, simply reflecting the other person's desires. In the second, she becomes a light source, and a light source always draws the eyes. Here's the interesting part. You don't have to be tough or bossy to apply the I choose principle. On the contrary, when you speak with calm energy and a clear reason, others won't just respect you, they'll feel safe around you. Why? Because they know you have the ability to steer. And in a chaotic world, that's incredibly attractive. And this is just the beginning. The next step, the one that lets you keep your magnetism and maintain a lasting connection, is knowing when to hand the choice back to the other person. But in a way where you're still setting the rhythm. The I choose principle 1T have real power if it only shows up once or twice and then disappears. It needs to become a natural communication reflex, so that whenever you speak, others instantly feel your active, clear, and intentional energy. Here are 3 simple yet highly effective practice steps. Step 1. Start with small choices. You don't have to apply it to big decisions right away. Begin with simple, everyday choices like, I choose to drink black coffee this morning. I choose to walk instead of drive. I choose to turn off my phone for 30 minutes to read. Small choices train your brain to get comfortable identifying and voicing what you want. Step 2. State your reason. When you add a reason, your words carry more weight and are less likely to be misunderstood as bossy or controlling. For example, I choose to eat at this place because I need a quiet space today. I choose not to take on another project because I want to focus on doing this one well. Step 3. Leave space for others. The power of I choose ISNT. About always winning. It's about setting the pace while still inviting others in. For example, I choose to watch an action movie tonight, but if you have another idea, we can discuss it. This approach keeps you attractive while maintaining connection and mutual respect. Remember, people aren't drawn to you because you agree with everything they say. They're drawn to you because being around you feels like being led toward better experiences. I choose is the switch that turns that energy on. Life is like a train journey. If you don't hold the map and clearly say, I choose this destination, you'll end up sitting in someone else's carriage, stopping at stations you never wanted to visit. Every moment you avoid making a choice, you hand over the steering power to someone else. And when that happens, your magnetism slowly fades. Not because you're less interesting, but because you've become a passenger instead of the driver. But with just one statement, the energy shifts instantly. I choose how I show up. I choose the people I spend my time with. I choose the direction of my life. And when you start living this way, something remarkable happens. People naturally want to come along because they can feel that you not only know what you want, you know how to take them there. Today you can continue letting everything be up to someone else, or you can try a new choice, starting with the smallest thing and watch how the world responds differently to you. I'm not saying I choose will make everyone instantly like you, but I can guarantee this. It will make you the most grounded, unforgettable version of yourself. And that's something no one can take away. You don't have to change your whole life today. You can start training yourself to live with more clarity and magnetism in just 7 days. Here's how. Each day, say the phrase I choose, at least 5 times. Do it in different contexts. Work, family, friends, and even when you're alone. Always include the reason or value behind your choice. Examples: I choose to finish this report before lunch, so I can have the afternoon free for creative work. I choose to walk home today because I want to enjoy the fresh air and clear my mind. I choose to cook dinner at home, so I have time to talk with my kids. Important principles. Don't apologize for your choice. Just state it clearly and calmly. Don't be combative. This isn't about winning, it's about showing others your agency. Write down your reflections each day. You'll notice changes in how people respond to you. After 7 days, you'll see something remarkable. Not only will you be more attractive to others, but you'll also feel like your life is moving along the tracks you've chosen. And at that point, I choose 1T, just be an exercise. It will be part of your identity. If you've tried I choose for 7 days and felt the difference, remember, this is only the beginning. Because I choose isn't just for small conversations or everyday decisions. It's the foundation that allows you to build strong, lasting relationships, lead a team or project in the right direction. Live a life where every day you feel like you're driving, not just riding along. And the best part is, the clearer you live, the more you attract people who are just as clear as you are. When that happens, you'll find yourself surrounded by a circle of high-quality relationships, valuable opportunities, and moments you genuinely want to remember. See today as the first day of a lifelong habit, a habit that helps you not only know what you want, but also have the strength to lead others there with you. The only question left is, tomorrow, what will you choose? If you've stayed with me until now, you've probably realized one thing. True attraction doesn't come from looks, outfits, or temporary tricks. It comes from the way you choose to live and express yourself every single day. The story of I choose isn't just a communication technique. It's a reminder that you hold the steering wheel of your life. Every time you say I choose, you not just announcing a decision, you sending a signal to the world that says, I know who I am, I know what I want, and I'm not afraid for others to see it. From simple choices like what to eat or how to plan your day, to bigger decisions about your career, relationships, or life direction, all of them shape the image you project. Clear, confident, steady, and hard to resist. Remember, people are naturally drawn to clarity and leadership energy. When you're intentional, you create a sense of safety, attraction, and intrigue without trying too hard. But when you're vague, hesitant, or let others decide for you, you unintentionally weaken your magnetism and lose the chance to express your unique self. The biggest lesson from this journey is this: attraction isn't something you have to search for outside. It's a fire that is already inside you, and I choose is how you light it every day. If you truly commit to the 7-day I choose challenge, you'll notice your relationships become clearer. People respect you more. You feel more in control, happier, and more captivating than ever. And the beautiful thing is, once you start, you won't want to go back to the old way of living. Because once you've tasted the confidence and ownership of your life, you'll realize this is your truest self. So let today be the start of a long journey, a journey where every day you ask yourself, today, what will I choose? If this message has sparked something in you, an idea, a shift, or a motivation to change, help me spread it. Subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and share in the comments what you will choose right after watching this video. Your support is the fuel that keeps me creating deeper, more practical, and inspiring content. And who knows? In the next video, I might share another story. One that could change the way you see yourself and the world around you. Because our journey has only just begun.